A person from your past is about to make a public confession about what they did to you in secret. Archangel Michael says, brace yourself for a moment of divine exposure. Someone from your past, a person who smiled in front of you but moved against you in secret, is now being pressed by the spiritual realm to speak out. They can no longer carry the weight of what they did, and soon, their mouth will open in a confession that may shock even you. You've sensed this coming. The dreams, the old memories resurfacing, the names you haven't heard in years suddenly appearing in your thoughts. It was not random. The truth has been pacing back and forth behind the veil, and now it is demanding to be released. This person can no longer hide from what they did. Their conscience has become restless, their spirit is being spiritually pulled toward truth whether they want to or not. You may hear it through someone else. You may see it written, spoken, or posted publicly, but the truth they buried about you is coming up like fire breaking through dry ground. Type Amen to get blessing 333. This is not just an apology, it's a full unveiling. They tried to bury their betrayal under silence. But now their silence is turning into thunder, and their secrets are becoming earthquakes. They told lies about you to protect themselves. They blamed you, twisted the story, and convinced others you were the one at fault. But heaven has been watching all along, recording what the world forgot. There is no place for them to run now. The confession is being forced out. Even if they don't want to say it, their energy is crying out for release. The same mouth that denied your truth is about to speak it aloud, clear, open, undeniable. Type Amen to get blessing 447. Archangel Michael says, the timing of this is not accidental. It's divine. You may have forgotten the pain, but heaven did not forget the injustice. They are feeling the pressure from within. Every day, it becomes harder for them to keep it in. Their spirit is being tormented by the lie they live with. This person from your past is about to step into the light of truth. Even if it burns, they didn't expect to feel this level of guilt, but what they did in secret is being exposed for healing. What they stole, your reputation, your peace, your opportunity, heaven is now restoring. Keep Amen to get blessing 532. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. People who once believed their side of the story will hear the truth. Some of them will be shocked, others will realize they helped because your pain without knowing it. You don't have to defend yourself anymore. This person's words will do it for you. Their confession will be louder than any defense you ever gave. You may receive a call, a message, or a letter. Or someone you know will say, you won't believe what they just said about you, and it will all make sense. The energy of truth is catching up. The secrets are breaking down. Type Amen to get blessing 608. This person may be someone close, a friend, ex-partner, relative, or even someone from your childhood. Their name still echoes in places you no longer visit, but the tie they had to your name is now shaking under divine pressure. They once thought hiding the truth would protect them. But now they're losing peace, their days are restless. Their image is starting to crack. The mask is falling, the truth is crawling up their throat. and soon, they will not be able to swallow it back. This will come like a wave, sudden, raw, unstoppable. Type Amen to get blessing 723. Archangel Michael says, you do not have to chase justice, it's chasing you. This moment will be the closing of an old door, you will not return through it again. When their confession comes out, it will shift your atmosphere. Suddenly, things that were blocked will start flowing, doors that were shut will swing open. Because the truth will not only set them free, it will elevate you. This is not just exposure, it's transformation. The heaviness you've carried unknowingly from their betrayal will lift. You'll breathe easier. You'll sleep deeper. Type Amen to get blessing 831. You are not being called to revenge. You're being called to witness. The same crowd that believed lies will now witness your vindication. This person is haunted by memories of what they did. They hear your name in their spirit, their heart trembles when they see reminders of you. They can't hide from what they did anymore. Their own life is becoming unstable, and they know, deep down, they need to confess. Not just for you, but for themselves. Because silence is killing their spirit, type Amen to get blessing 947. The confession will come in a way that exposes more than you expected. You might find out they said more than you ever imagined. You may feel pain rise again, but this time, it's only passing through on its way out. What they did in darkness is being dragged into the light by spiritual force. You don't have to lift a finger, the angels are lifting the veil. You will be called strong by people who once called you dramatic. You will be honored by people who once believed their lies. The shift has begun. The shaking is already underway. Type Amen to get blessing 1009. Archangel Michael says, you were always innocent in this. You were misunderstood, mistreated, misjudged. But you stayed silent and kept walking. Now heaven is speaking for you. And the voice of truth is louder than all their gossip combined. You're going to feel a deep peace once the confession is made, almost like a weight is removed that you forgot was there. And you'll realize, it was never your burden to fix what they broke. It was heaven's job to reveal it. Type Amen to get blessing 1124. This person may try to reach out before the public confession. You'll feel it in your gut, an urgency, a strange message, an apology that seems half complete, but their full truth will come out soon. Let them talk. Let them empty what they've been carrying. You don't have to respond with anger. Your silence is sacred. This is not about them being sorry, it's about divine restoration. God is putting your name back where it belongs, clean, respected, whole. And this time, no one can stain it again. Type Amen to get blessing 1250. The confession will not just be personal. It will ripple into social circles, communities, even family structures. People who turned away from you will now return with wide eyes and humble hearts. They will say, "We didn't know." And though part of you might ache from their absence, another part of you will rise with grace. Archangel Michael says, you have already passed the test. You didn't retaliate. You didn't fight dirty, you held your peace, even when you had every right to strike back. Now the truth will be like thunder rolling through a valley. It will echo far and wide. The lie they crafted in private will now collapse publicly. What they did behind your back will no longer haunt you. It will elevate you, because heaven knows how to turn betrayal into breakthrough. Type Amen to get blessing 1392. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. They may break down when they speak. They might tremble as they admit it. But it's not because they fear you, it's because they're facing the consequence of truth delayed. You won't have to watch it happen. The message will find you. People will speak on your behalf. Even those who stayed silent back then will suddenly remember what they saw. They will say, I should have said something. But now, the truth will speak for everyone. The burden of what they did is no longer yours to carry. You have been released, even before they say the words. Type Amen to get blessing 1522. You might see their name online. You might overhear it in conversation. You might be walking in peace and suddenly hear someone mention what they did to you, and this time, not with shame, but with clarity. Their mouth is becoming the tool of divine correction. They will say it, and it will feel like heaven cracking open over your life. You've waited long enough. This is your moment of restoration. Not just of reputation, but of energy, purpose, and position. This isn't just about what they did, it's about what God is about to do through the very confession they tried to avoid. Type Amen to get blessing 1651. Archangel Michael says, you are not being prepared for pity. You're being prepared for promotion. When people see what was done to you, they'll also see how you rose in silence. Your rise will not need loud announcements. Your glow will speak louder than words, and their confession will only magnify the strength you carried through your silence. Expect strange emotions. You may cry. You may shake. But let it flow. It's not weakness, it's cleansing. This is what healing feels like when heaven does it on your behalf. No more pretending, no more covering scars. The truth will shine through. Type Amen to get blessing 1770. They may try to explain. They may say it wasn't their fault. They may try to soften the edges of their confession, but truth has no edits. Let them speak. Let them release. Their exposure is your redemption. People who once compared you will now say, I was wrong about you. People who distance themselves will now look for you again. You will feel the shift, not because you proved them wrong, but because heaven revealed the truth at the perfect time. Type Amen to get blessing 1897. Expect your spirit to rise in confidence. Your steps will feel firmer. Your thoughts will become clearer. It's because the chains of false perception are finally breaking. This person from your past will feel the release too, but it won't protect them from consequence. Your confession is the beginning of their own healing, but it won't erase what they sowed. Let them find peace, but don't let them re-enter your gates so easily. Forgiveness is holy, but boundaries are divine too. You're not bitter. You're just elevated now. Type Amen to get blessing 2024. Archangel Michael says, their confession will unlock other secrets too. Things that were hidden beneath their lie will start surfacing. You'll begin to realize how deep the betrayal really went. And with each layer uncovered, you'll gain back something you didn't know was stolen. Confidence, respect, opportunities. Even financial blessings will begin to align again. Heaven is not just exposing. Heaven is restoring. The years you lost in pain will now be repaid in peace. What once brought you shame will now become your stage. Type Amen to get blessing 2150. Expect to be celebrated in circles that once whispered about you. Expect to be offered opportunities by people who once believed the lie. Your name is being lifted by truth. The one who tried to tarnish your name is now being used by God to polish it. Their words once hurt you, but now they are healing you. And as the truth spreads, you will begin to feel seen. Not just acknowledged, but honored, because heaven is not just proving your innocence. It's revealing your greatness. Type Amen to get blessing 229. Archangel Michael says, this exposure was delayed not to punish you, but to prepare you. If it had come too early, you may have responded with pain. But now, your spirit is stronger, your discernment sharper, and your peace deeper. That's why it's happening now, because you're not just surviving this revelation, you're rising through it. You're stepping into a spotlight that is not fueled by pity, but by purpose. The very people who once used your silence against you will now praise the way you carried your cross. They will say, we never knew. And you won't need to say a word. Your light will say it all. The person who wronged you may even try to join your journey after the confession. But their time in your life has expired. Type Amen to get blessing 24-11. This confession will not only clear your name, it will confirm your calling. Women is using the same voice that cursed you to now cleanse your path. You'll begin to hear about it from multiple places, like whispers of justice finally catching up. Some will feel embarrassed. Others will feel guilty. But you will feel free. There may be tears. There may be flashbacks. But do not let the past grip you again. This moment was never about reliving pain, it's about reclaiming power. And with every word they speak in truth, the chains fall. One by one, sentence by sentence. Type Amen to get blessing 25-40. You may walk into a room and feel people looking differently at you, not with suspicion, but with respect. They've heard what was finally revealed. And they know now what you endured in silence. Don't gloat, you don't need to. Heaven is lifting you too high for small reactions. The world will watch your eyes and remember what they once ignored. Your dignity is being returned. Your image is being restored. When your spiritual record is now vindicated, you may even begin to see your name rise in areas where you were once blocked. That's the power of truth in motion. Type Amen to get blessing 26-89. Archangel Michael says, your spirit has graduated. This wasn't just a season of waiting, it was training. And now, the final lesson is unfolding. They'll tell the truth not just because they want to, but because they have to. The pressure is spiritual. Their soul cannot move forward without setting the record right. Don't underestimate the power of this confession. It's not just cleaning your past, it's unlocking your future. There's something ahead that required this clearing, a level of visibility, recognition and reward that could only come after your name was cleared. Type Amen to get blessing 2802. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. The person's confession may even spark a domino effect. Others who kept quiet will begin to speak. Those who once denied your pain will admit they saw it. It will feel surreal at first, like time rewinding to heal what was fractured. But let it wash over you, let it renew you. What was buried is now blossoming. What was hushed is now echoing, what was stolen is now returning. And the world is watching as truth finally aligns with you. Type Amen to get blessing 2918. You will feel this shift not only emotionally, but spiritually. Your body will feel lighter. Your thoughts clearer, your energy unstoppable. Because the lie was never just about your name, it was about your destiny. And now that the truth is free, so are you. Don't try to force this person to speak sooner. Don't chase the confession. Let it come naturally, the spiritual clock is already ticking. And when the words come, the healing will be instant, not because of what they say, but because of what heaven has already done. If Amen to get blessing 3047, this person may express regret in a shaky voice. Their words may stutter. That's because their spirit is breaking through the resistance. What they once buried is now erupting. They will mention your name not in shame, but in reverence. And those who hear them will feel your truth. Even strangers will recognize your strength. That's how powerful your silence was. It held you together until truth could be spoken loud enough for all to hear, and now, your story is becoming a testimony. One that others will use to find their own freedom. If Amen to get blessing 3171, Archangel Michael says, you are not who they said you were. You never were. You were always greater, wiser, and chosen. Now that their voice is changing, your environment is changing too. Places that rejected you are calling you back. People who ignored you are seeking your advice. This is not accidental. It's divine orchestration. The exposure was delayed so your elevation could be bigger. The one who betrayed you will watch from a distance. Not with hate, but with awe. Type Amen to get blessing 3299. Your steps are being ordered now. Where you go next, the weight of your past won't follow. What they did is no longer your story, it's just the beginning of your glory. Let your head stay high. Let your soul stay clean. Forgive them, yes, but walk in wisdom now. Because your story is no longer defined by betrayal, it's defined by breakthrough. Type Amen to get blessing 3421, you were never weak. You were hidden. You were never forgotten, you were being protected. Now the protection lifts and the promotion begins. Your season of silence ends in celebration, and your name, once whispered in judgment, will now be spoken in honor. Type Amen to get blessing 400. Your elevation will not be silent anymore. The same people who turned their backs on you will now be seated at tables where your name is honored. They will have no choice but to recognize what heaven always saw in you, even when they refused to. This is your confirmation: you were never what they said. You were never the villain in their twisted tale. You were the light they tried to dim, and now, your light is rising above every shadow they cast. Archangel Michael says, your name is no longer on their lips as a target. It is now being lifted in truth. The confession that once seemed impossible is becoming reality, and you will be there to witness it, whether directly or from afar. This confession was not meant to destroy, it was meant to free. When you, beloved, are the one being set free in the most powerful way, through divine vindication, type Amen to get blessing 35. 55. The energy of lies is being drained. The spirits that fed off confusion are being cast out. The darkness that surrounded your name is lifting like a morning fog. You may feel waves of emotion in the coming days. Joy mixed with sorrow. Relief mixed with wonder, let it all come through. This is the emotional release heaven designed for you. The people around you will begin to look at you differently, not out of pity, but with quiet reverence, because they'll realize how much you carried, and how gracefully you endured. Even those who never knew the full truth will feel the shift. Your reputation is being reset in both spiritual and earthly realms. Type Amen to get blessing 36. 90. Doors will open, not because someone held the key, but because heaven unlocked them on your behalf. You won't need to beg for the opportunities that are on the way. They will recognize your name before you even enter the room. This is the miracle of reversal. What was lost is returning. What was hidden is being revealed, what was broken is being healed, and the one who caused it all. They are now the vessel for your breakthrough. Their words, once weapons, are now tools of restoration. They will speak not just to people, they will speak to systems. And their truth will open more than hearts, it will open gates. Type Amen to get blessing 38. 22. Archangel Michael says, this is where the final chapter of pain ends and the first chapter of legacy begins.